Okay, hello all. This is exercise 5.4, page 143. It says a bank recently purchased at par $1 million issue of US Treasury bonds. The bonds have a duration of 3 years and pay 6% annual interest. How much would the bond price change if the interest rate fell from 6 to 5%? If it rose from 6 to 7%? What would your answer be if the duration of the bond was 6 years? I have prepared the following. Let's start with the change in the price of bond. Had the duration been 3 years, the interest 6%, and it fell from 6 to 5%. The rule says the change of the dollar change so the dollar change in the price of the bond equal minus duration times for the bond times change in interest divided by 1 plus I, the initial I, which is in this case the 6%, times the price of the bond. Okay, so times P. Okay, which means it will be minus 3 times change in interest. Now interest was 6% and decreased to 5%, which means that the change in interest is negative 1%. So the change in interest is always new minus old. So it's 5 minus 6 divided by 1 plus the initial interest, which is 6%, times the price of the bond, which is $1 million. Which means that the bond will increase by $28,302, which is a perfect indicator that there is a negative relation between the interest rate change and the price of the bond. There is an inverse relation between interest rate changes and the price of the bond. If interest rate decreases, the price of the bond will increase, and vice versa. Now the question says, what will happen if the interest increased to 7%? Using the same rule, the minus duration of the bond, which is 3, times the change in interest. Now the change is always new minus old, but it will be now 7 minus 6 divided by 1 plus the initial I, which is 6%, times the price of the bond. Since the change is 1% too, this will yield in a decrease in the price of the bond by the same amount, because it's about the same change in interest rate, which is 1%. In the first case, it was a decrease in 1%. The second case revealed an increase in 1%. Using the same formula too, but this time the duration for the bond is 6%, is 6 years. Again, the change in the price of the bond will be minus duration times change in I, which is new minus old, over 1 plus the initial I times the price of the bond. So it will be doubled, double the 28,000 since the duration has doubled. So it will be an increase in the price of the bond by $56,000. And finally, what if the interest rate increased from 6 to 7? So again, it's minus the duration of the bond times 7 minus 6 over 1 plus the initial I, which is 6%, times the price of the bond. Again, same but double the decrease. Thank you.